Hi there, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. My name is Chanel, and I am your reader. This reading is intended for the sign of Cancer. This is for twin flame relationships. If you have Cancer in your chart or your twin has Cancer anywhere in their chart, this should be able to provide you with clarity for the month of September. Also, the feminine energy is on the left side. My masculine is on the right. But if you are identifying as either, just place yourself wherever you need to be, regardless of your gender, right? Because it's not specific. Energy is fluid. So do what you need to do with that. Cancer, this is kind of chaotic. Now, I'm looking at your past energy. You had a lot of oracle cards come out. We had situationship in the future for your past, right? So I'm seeing very clearly that there's a huge issue around making a relationship something that's committed when it comes to your twin. I see the interest, I see the passion, I see the connection, right? You both are very well aware of the connection, but for some reason, this just cannot seem to get off the ground in a way that you can come into union. This is kind of weird because I see that you come in and out of one another's lives and you're both very aware of kind of how much you mean to one another, but there's no stability, right? My feminine energy for the past is coming through as the sun. Masculine is actually coming through as the star. So this is showing me that the masculine probably gave an apology here because we have these oracle cards down here of messages, regrets, and apology. And the star talks about wanting very much to heal a connection, right? In the reverse, we have I didn't realize what I had. So that's kind of part of your blockage, is that even though you're aware of one another's presence, you're aware of what the connection feels like when you're together, I feel like your masculine still kind of has this attitude of like, this is not the once in a lifetime love, right? He's starting to realize more and more how much he's pulled to you, how deeply he's attracted to you for you feminine, but there's still this element of indecision, right? It's like he's so afraid to move the connection forward that it really gets in the way of your relationship. Now, the person that you're dealing with for you feminine, the energy that they come through as is being very impulsive and very quick to leave, to come back, to make a decision, to say that they want you. And then they create these very bizarre delays, right? And so I feel like this is almost a situation where you feminine are probably getting whiplash, trying to understand what it is that the masculine wants from you, right? Now, I do see for you feminine that you allowed the masculine back into your space in the past. And we have I miss you so much as your oracle card. For you feminine, you could have been the one to actually cut your masculine out in the past or decide that this wasn't what you wanted. It looks like you both were moving forward with other things in your life. But with the shared energy being the King of Wands, it's like, it's almost like the situation got put on the shelf for another time. You both knew that this was going to happen eventually, but maybe you just kind of chalked it up to like, the timing wasn't right. I'm just going to focus on me. For you feminine, you're probably thinking like to your masculine, okay, I'm going to let him deal with whatever situations he's in, and I'm going to focus on myself, right? And so it looks like there was an apology that came through, right? But then when it came time to really make a decision about union, that's the huge issue here, because our blockage really is the 10 of Cups and honesty. So I feel like the two of you are having a really hard time being 100% transparent with one another about how you feel and where you see the relationship going. This looks as though this was kind of a casual situation. For some of you, this was an affair and this person is now single. But it looks like it never has been able to get off the ground. And part of that is because you're both very closed off It's like you're coming through as being two very powerful forces, and you're like night and day, quite literally, right? And so I feel like part of the issue is trying to integrate one another into your lives without feeling as though you're dependent on each other. There's a very independent vibe from the both of you. And I feel like you have a hard time opening up and really telling one another, like, hey, I'm in love with you, or I want this, right? It feels like you almost push this away as soon as it starts to get very good. And that could go both ways, right? I feel like masculine and feminine both kind of have this energy of opening up 1 minute and then shutting down the next, which very much is kind of that Cancer energy, right? Where the crab goes back in its shell as soon as it feels triggered, right? So I think your lesson for this twin flame connection is learning how to be emotionally available and vulnerable, right? Because it seems like you're never on the same schedule. Like when the female or feminine energy is very open, the masculine energy shuts down. And then when the masculine energy is open, the feminine energy is like, nope, I don't need you, bye, right? So that's kind of these cycles that you are going through or probably have been through in this particular twin flame connection. Now, future energy we're looking at, because we're moving along. Feminine, you're coming through as Four of Wands reversed. And we have, why can't you just love me, in the reverse? So I feel like for you feminine, you still are feeling your masculine. You still feel a lot of love towards him. But this is what I was talking about, where it's like as soon as you get close, all of a sudden there's all this distance between the two of you. Feminine is coming through as being in a space of not really even caring at this point. She's probably trying to manifest someone new. So it could very well be that your twin is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. If they're not a fire sign, this could be somebody who is very intense, passionate, whereas it now looks like feminine, perhaps you've decided you don't want to deal with your twin at this time and you'd like to manifest someone that's a little more emotionally available, is really what this looks like. It honestly looks like you are walking away from a fire sign to go find a water sign. And I think if that is your plan, that may not be bad for you, feminine, because it will give you an opportunity to kind of practice emotions with a partner that's able to reciprocate and be open, right? That might be kind of a good experience to date somebody that's a little bit less closed off. Now, King of Cups is actually your divine counterpart, right? So I feel like for some of you female, for our feminine viewers, if you are a Cancer, you're in a space where you don't care if this is your twin or not. It's kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to look for somebody that matches my vibe, regardless of the connection I feel to my masculine, right? Because there's still so much indecision here. It's like he continues to incorporate other people into his life. Could be a karmic situation, could just be casual dating, but he's very hard to pin down. And I feel like for you feminine, you're just kind of like, this is very frustrating. Like we're not going anywhere, right? Nothing's really changing. But I think this comes from you feeling as though your masculine is not safe to give your heart to, right? Because he shuts down in a way that it triggers you, right? Present energy for masculine, we have the 10 of Swords. And then our action card, or our, kind of actions, feelings, is the Queen of Wands with I'm tired of running. So it's a little bit interesting because I see a turnaround with him. I see a comeback. There's something definitely ending here. And I feel like what's ending, so what I was going to say is his indecision, because he has a habit of walking out as soon as things start to get kind of real. I feel like masculine is coming through as really thinking about the last interactions that the two of you had. And because you mirror him so closely, where when he shuts down, you'll go do something else. there's something about this where it feels like it's different. Okay. It feels like to him, it's almost like this might be it if I don't do something soon, right? We have 8 of Cups as your bottom of the deck with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. And so this is showing me that there was that opportunity and it didn't happen, right? There was a lack of direction, a lack of focus, and there wasn't enough commitment. So I'm seeing the feminine walking away from the situation, but I'm seeing the masculine actually beginning to walk away from his old behaviors and habits because he's starting to really take a look at what the situation is doing and starting to worry that this is not going to get off the ground the way that he wants. Now, bottom of the deck is I love you. We have I didn't know how to tell you, and I'm trying to change. And I really am actually getting that vibe from this particular masculine, is that he doesn't know how to say the things he wants to say because that would require him to be emotionally available. I think this is someone who shows how they feel through sex. That's really what this looks like. And so to them, they're like, okay, if I'm sleeping with you, obviously I care about you, but that's about all you get from this person, right? For you feminine, it's very hard to have like the back and forth emotional reciprocation. So I feel like he will be working on that at present. He's probably doing some thinking, right? Now, there is an action that he would like to take with this Queen of Wands. My guess is to try to speak to you again. But right now, currently, he's so in his head about the last go round. He's kind of beating himself up. Okay. So it feels like not a whole lot of movement, not a whole lot of action. And for you feminine, I feel like you're either waiting for him to come back and show you what you need from him, or you're just trying to manifest something new altogether. There's 2 groups of you here. Now, shared energy between the 2 of you is the King of Pentacles in the reverse and Friends in the reverse. For some of you, you have some issues around your masculine continuously dealing with an ex-partner or karmic partner, and you're very upset with that situation, and that could be why you've pulled away. This is him having to figure out what he's going to keep in his life and how he's going to move the situation forward. Because after whatever this last kind of tower moment was between the 2 of you, I don't even feel like you're really communicating. I feel as though feminine, you feel like this is kind of a waste of time, and masculine is doing a whole lot of like thinking about all the things that went wrong and really beating himself up about it. Now, your blockage is the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse and frenemy. So again, it could be that there's someone that always kind of sabotages this connection, because with your blockage in the past being that 10 of Cups as well as honesty, this could very well be someone that the masculine has spent time with who is still in his space, right? This could be him holding on to someone else and not knowing how to tell the feminine what's going on in his life. And I feel like for you feminine in this relationship, you're just kind of so over it that you will cut this person out of your life very quickly at the first sign of anything that looks like a waste of your time, right? And I feel like that really is the blockage, is that this is something that never has gotten off the ground due to external circumstances and the masculine not really putting boundaries up like he needs to in his life to protect this relationship. Now, I am seeing a renewed interest. I am seeing the masculine doing a lot of thinking, and I'm actually seeing the feminine looking for love or expressing love, right? And as the masculine's coming through as the King of Cups, and this is how the feminine is also coming through, I feel like there may be a meeting of the minds within the next few weeks. So I'm going to take a look at that. We're going to look at future feelings, actions, your situation, what the blockage will be. I'm going to look at how each person's actions will affect one another and what the advice is for dealing with that. You can stay tuned for the extended reading preview, and if you're interested in viewing the entire reading, the link will be down below. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, and you take care of yourselves. Bye. And so I think that probably is one of your biggest obstacles, is that the both of you have been hurt so badly by other people that you're very, very easily triggered by one another, right? Now, actions for feminine, we have 8 of Swords reversed. So I feel like you are trying to get over this in your mind. Their communication probably isn't what you want it to be in the future, but I do feel as though you may feel like you're opening up to your masculine and really trying this time around to talk to him about why you do the things you do, why you think the way you do. Whereas he's not really saying anything, right? Mum's kind of the word. Now, the reason why he's not opening up or talking to you is because if you're telling him all of the things you've been through, or you're telling him why you behave the way you do, he's actually looking at the things that he's done to you and the way he's treated you,